Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a minute and go over a few things with y'all. This is the end of our very first week of this summer class. As you know by now, it's very fast paced because it's only 4.5-ish weeks long. So this week we have everything in week 1 due by tonight. So chapters 1, 2, and 3. Chapter 1 with being your discussion and your chapter 1 quiz. Chapter 2 being your case study and your chapter 2 quiz. Chapter 3 being your SWOT analysis and your chapter 3 quiz. As well as your introductions and your course agreement test. The case study I hope you find interesting. We will do case studies pretty much every week. I research them. I try to find case studies on companies that you are more than likely familiar with or maybe have at least heard. So this week is on Keurig. And there's been a big debate over how sustainable, and some people are against it because they use all the plastic cups. So I just thought it was kind of interesting. And then with chapter 3, your SWOT analysis, I wanted to go over a couple of things. I'm having you do it on UAPTC because I love to hear the feedback. And since I know that everyone is familiar with UAPTC since we all attend there, then I thought it might be a little closer to home for you. I tend to notice that some people get strengths and opportunities a little confused and threats and weaknesses a little confused. Make sure you look at the template that I provided for you. It has some great examples in the columns of different strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. I was going to give you a couple examples just based on our current situation. So one of our strengths, or what a lot of people would consider a strength for us, is smaller class sizes because it's a little bit more personable. You get to know your teacher and students more. So that might be considered a strength for UAPTC. A threat could be a lot of things with threats. With threats, you may not be able to control, like for instance, the economy, health crisis like COVID-19 that is now, put us off campus for the rest of the spring semester and this summer, and things would hurts a lot of businesses with funding. A lot of businesses are struggling, so that would be more considered a threat. Other colleges would be considered a threat because of competition, anything like that. Weakness might be it could be something like if you lack of faculty, which we don't have, but if a college did have that, that would be a weakness. So things like that. So I just wanted to kind of throw out a few examples there to get your mind kind of thinking about that if you had any confusion with the differences between those. But like I said, there's some examples in that template that I provided for you, which you will actually just type your work in and turn in. I was trying to make it as easy as I could for you. So you will turn it in that way. We have it's a summer class, which tend to be smaller. There's pros and cons, but I love a small class as long as everybody is participative. It provides a little bit more intimacy, and I can get to know my students a little bit better. We are going to do some Zoom calls, and I kind of want to do one every week. If you don't mind shooting me a message through Remind, preferably, because it's easier to keep up with. But if you haven't downloaded Remind, you can shoot me an email. But if you haven't downloaded Remind, I highly encourage it. You can message me, you can message other students, but I see it pretty quickly, so it's a faster way to get a hold of me. And I send reminders, weekly reminders to remind you of things that are due and stuff like that. I am providing some bonus points if you sign up for Remind by tonight. So if you would get that done, that way I can chat with y'all, and you can reach out to me really easily. But I would love to know what days work best for y'all to maybe do a Zoom call, and we can do one weekly, touch base, maybe a little lecture and question answer type thing where y'all can pick my brain. If you have a question, I'm sure somebody else has the same one. So anyways, y'all know how to reach me. Shoot me an email, shoot me a message through Remind. I'm looking forward to a great rest of this summer semester. It's going to go by so fast. This week went by so fast. I know if y'all are working from home or have kids at home, it's really hard to manage it all. I've been there. I've done that, the whole shebang. And so let's just work with each other and get to know each other. And I look forward to meeting each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a fabulous rest of your weekend.